Live from the Morgan and Kathy Wooten Gymnasium, it's Dematha basketball. Tonight, the Dematha Stags will take on the Lions of Archbishop Carroll as the senior Dematha Boosters present the pregame show. Tonight, Sean O'Connor here with Neil Murphy. It's senior night. I don't know if you saw the festivities that were on the court. It's a different senior night because not only do we have a lot of seniors, which we'll see some playing time tonight, maybe some guys you're not used to, but we also have the governor of the state of Maryland, Larry Hogan, in the house. So.
Right, a little ceremony upstairs before. Larry Hogan, former varsity basketball manager from Oregon, his first 2 years. Family moves to Florida, so he leaves here. Obviously back in the state of Maryland as our governor. Upstairs they gave him an honorary Dematha diploma. The governor spoke glowingly about Dematha, how he always considered himself a Dematha guy. So we got that done today.
So Governor Hogan and myself both have honorary diplomas. I feel like sometimes that I might have gotten one, but hey, they gave me one, and my parents are pretty proud about that, to say the least.
Well, wasn't yours a certificate of attendance?
Certificate of attendance, exactly. It's a participation award.
And the governor, the lieutenant governor, Boyd Rutherford, is a Carroll grad. So I think they've got a little fun thing on the side as to who has to wear the other's jersey, depending on the outcome of the game. There may or may not have been some points involved. Unsure about that.
Can't have points involved because Maryland has not passed that. Maybe if Michael Bush would pass that legislation, we could actually have the wager in part. Michael Powell's Carroll Lions are a tough matchup for anybody in the league. Have become a very respectable foe and have challenged quite a bit of people. We talked about McNamara last week. They're upsets. Carroll has played people tough all year long.
Yeah, Mike Powell is a great player. Played at Anacostia, played at Virginia, played at Loyola for Jimmy Patsos. He's actually got some ex-Dematha guys on the bench, Brian Bobo and Mike Witherspoon, who started their athletic career here. So a little bit of Dematha flavor on their bench. And big game for Dematha. We're one up with Paul the 6. If we win today because of the tiebreakers, that clinches first place, the number 1 seed, and obviously that will help us as we move into the playoffs.
And I think with most people, we don't want to have to win at O'Connell on Tuesday night. If we can avoid that and actually be able to, we got a lot of injuries, so we can rest some guys up, make sure we're healthy. I've heard different rumors, and as we see the lineup, we'll see who's out in the court. I know Jameer Young definitely will not be in the lineup tonight, but I've also heard some other rumors that some other guys might not be playing tonight too.
The big thing, if we get the win, then we're in the driver's seat and we can do whatever we want on Tuesday. Certainly you want to go in playing well, but also the health of the team. It's the same thing you hear about all the NBA games. What are you going to do? Want to avoid injury, want to be at full strength for the games next weekend. Those are the ones that matter.
So we will go down to courtside as Father Damien will give the prayer, and we will have the national anthem, which will be performed by the Dematha Prep Band. The national anthem brought to you by Free State Athletic, Greg Catarabac, class of 1974, as we will head down to the PA right now. So let's reset that starting lineup. Starting lineups tonight brought to you again by Dole Printing. For the Archbishop Carroll Lions, got a little feedback from the crowd, Mike. Turn that down a little. For the Carroll Lions, junior number 0, Keyshawn Johnson. Freshman number 1, Trey Thomas. Junior number 2, Corey Barnes. Senior number 10, Elijah Perkins Cross. And junior, the big man, number 22, Tigray Eze. For the Dematha Stags, a little different starting lineup. Number 2, KJ Holton, senior. Senior number 12, Josh Wallace. Senior number 21, Tyree Vance. Senior number 32, Steve Settles. And my first inaccurate statement of the night, senior number 4, Jameer Young. So nailed that one as far as. It
wasn't too bad.
Pretty quick into the
Jameer,
broadcast.
as we know, has been nursing a tender ankle. Want to make sure it's the playoffs. This might be good just to get out, run up and down the floor a little bit. I'm sure he's been doing all his rehab with Wendy, our great training staff, but always a little bit different when the bright lights go on.
Absolutely. Get him up and down the court, see where he can move, and obviously it'll be good to see him out. Do see him in tights, which is something he normally doesn't wear. So
it's a good look.
Get a quick foul. Oh, that's
exactly
exactly
we did a
what
little
we're doing.
Ceremonial Jameer in and out, giving Jameer and Josh a chance to start on senior night. And, of course, we've got multiple seniors, so 2 seniors come out, 2 seniors go in.
Well, and I had heard that there's a chance that Mr. Wallace was not playing tonight, so that puts him there. Tyree Vance gets in the scorebook right away on senior night.
Mm-hmm. Although he argued the call.
Eze puts it up. Good basket. Big man last year was very impressive as a sophomore.
Very physical. Gave us a little bit of a hard time inside. Nice drive by Carroll, able to drop it off. Carroll starts out in a little 2-3 zone.
Justin Moore with the rebound. Colsonic puts it up. Holton shot, no good. Israel comes down with the basketball.
Stags man to man.
7:02 just started here, first quarter. First quarter is brought to you by Waldorf Honda. 3-point shot good. Number 1, that's the freshman, Trey
Thomas with the tray.
So Trey Thomas makes the score 5-0 here in the Waldorf Honda first quarter. Fouls on number 2. Weird placement of numbers on this jersey. Normally don't see the number in the dead center. But Corey Barnes will get that foul, the junior, as I now artistic and critique uniforms.
Carroll really stretching out the zone.
Dribble, ball loose, picked up, stolen. That was Vance that lost the ball. Stags trail 5-0. In the corner, 4-3, no good. Rebound comes down to Holton. Holton will push. 6:24 first quarter. Holton to settle to Koltnick. Koltnick 4-3, and it's good.
Nice play at home. Got the shooter's bounce, hit the front rim, straight up in the air, drop through. Stags down 5-3.
So Karsten Koltnick for a nice 3. Makes it 5-3.
Inside to the big man.
2 points. Big man Tigray Eze has 4,
One of the few times all year to see the Stags having the shorter lineup on the floor. Karsten trying to guard the big guy.
Stags down 7-3 here as Carroll leads 5:47 first quarter. Thank you for joining us on senior night here in Hyattsville. Justin Moore for three. No good. Rebound comes down to number 0, Keyshawn Johnson. Gives it up, throws it up off the glass. That's number 10. Elijah Perkins across. His shot's no good, and Stags will rebound and bring it back up court.
Good job by KJ Holton to get back and test the shot.
4-3, knocks it down.
Tyree Vance.
So 2 threes for the Stags. 7-6 our score. Lions in the lead. 5:16 first quarter. Eadre puts it up. No good. Rebound comes down to Moore. Moore's going to push the issue across midcourt. Matt at the foul line, takes it all the way to the basket. No good. Rebound comes down to Izzy.
Tough move. Maybe pull it out, work for a better shot. Contested there as the help came. Didn't have the option to pass it off.
Number 2, that's Corey Barnes, the junior, goes up, scores the bucket, make it 9-6. Carroll in the lead. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Lions.
Stags getting good looks, moving the ball well against his own. It's just hard when you don't have an inside presence, so everything's on the perimeter.
Thomas up and under. No good. Rebound comes down to Kolnick. Good job using 2 hands. Big rebound. Had one the other night against St. John's in overtime. Moore now to Settle. Settle will settle it. Give it to Holton. Holton will dribble. Carroll still.
4 minutes to go in the quarter.
Carroll in a 2-3 matchup. Kolnick wide open shot. Good jumper from 16.
Good ball fake to the corner. Lost his man. Dribbled in uncontested.
9-8 our score. Just under 4 minutes here first quarter. Again, if you're joining us on Facebook Live, just shoot us a question or say, hey, here I am listening from. And we will try to answer or at least conversate with you in some way.
Jason Blue is watching. He was our halftime guest the other day. So I guess the key
is
get him at halftime, and then they want to check out the competition. Justin Moore, a little jab step, back behind the three-point line. Stags up 11-9.
So first lead of the day for the Stags. Good shot for Justin. 2-point Stag lead, 3:18 first quarter.
Colin Provost is watching. Dematha might have been our first official trainer after we took the tape away from Dick Messier. Good block by Justin Moore. Head of the field.
Might have thought he was too far for the basket for the dunk. Lays it up. And we'll get a foul call.
Hunter Dickinson checking in. I'd like to wish a happy 3rd birthday to my grandson, Kellen Robert Murphy. So I'm sure he's watching the game at home.
Yes, I'm sure they've turned down Disney Junior.
Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol. It is a Paw Patrol birthday.
Okay.
(13-9) Stags, 2:45 to go in the quarter.
Shot up, no good. Rebound comes down. Or it actually goes out of bounds. Moore faked me out. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be Dematha basketball. That was Keyshawn Johnson with the shot, the junior. So 13-9 our score. Stags in the lead. Senior night. Former guests are here. See former interviews. Tons of people here.
Actually, coming up at halftime, we've got Rod Balanis, another member of that class in 1988. Now an assistant at Notre Dame. He should be joining us.
Dribble back up.
Tyree Vance, good D, better shot.
Corey Barnes, that's his 4th point of the day. That's the lead to 2.
Nice little pull-up off the dribble.
Kolnick, to Vance, to Kolnick. From the elbow, nice move.
Karsten making friends with the rim today. He's had 2 teardrops kind of fall the right way for him.
It's a nice step up and under control. Give Karsten 7, the Stags 15, and they lead 15-11 with 1:35 here. First quarter action here in Hyattsville. Jump shot up, score the bucket.
Corey Barnes again.
Corey Barnes a little excited. Give him 6.
Got the mid-range game going. Carroll sticking with their zone. A little bit of matching out of it, extended a little bit.
Inside to Dickinson. Dickinson skips. Out the tee to Vance for 3. No good. Rebound comes down the line.
Good look, just a little flat.
Perkins cross, kicks it over to 2. That's Barnes. Barnes dribbles. Has more on him, goes right at him. We get a foul. I believe that is Justin's second.
Right, he got the one after the layup down here. Got tied up a little bit. That's 2.
So to the line, number 2, Corey Barnes. Barnes has 6 on the day. There's a chance with 2 to tie the game. Broadcaster Jinx took care of that, so now has a chance to cut the lead to 1.
Nick Mulvey, senior, reporting in.
So 53.9 as Barnes bends his knees and puts it up, scores it. And they give him 7. Makes the score 15-14. It's 50 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, presented by Waldorf Honda. Dickinson 4-3, no good. Rebound comes down to the Lions. That's 0. Keyshawn Johnson says, give me the ball, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Colton. Dribbles. Puts it
nice
up, good
pass
to Dickinson. Dickinson puts it up off the glass. 2 points, first 2 points
New
for the
part
big
of Carson Zane doing a good job penetrating against his own. Before is for the shot. That was a drop off to the big guy.
17-14, under 20 seconds here. Shot clock's off, just game clock as we roll. It's Barnes with the basketball for the Lions.
Certainly you look for Barnes to create here.
Barnes dribbles, goes out of bounds. Be 3.6 remaining here in the first quarter.
Enough time here. We should be able to get the ball up the floor, get a decent shot. Donovan Miller comes in for Justin Moore. Justin with the 2 fouls.
Donovan gets the ball, tries to create, puts it up, and no good. Not the NBA All-Star game, so it doesn't go in.
There we go.
So at the end of 1, the Stags lead 17-14. Coach, first quarter, obviously just kind
what
of
you expect? We had different
right?
lineups. Ceremonial opening of the game where Josh Wallace and Jameer came out after the giveaway foul. Mike doing a good job of getting in some seniors early and make sure they get on the floor. Sometimes you get in the heat of the game and you forget to get some guys in. And then we've got some of our regulars back in. Carroll playing well. They made some shots. Certainly Corey Barnes is a guy we're going to be aware of in guard. Keep him out of the lane. Keep him getting to his sweet spot on that pull-up jumper.
So Corey Barnes is the leading scorer by far for the Archbishop Lions, has 7. And Carson Colton gets the leading scorer for the Stags at the end of 1. 17-14 our score here in Hyattsville.
A little different feeling in the gymnasium with the governor in the building, sitting in the VIP section. Kevin Davis, former Baltimore Police Commissioner, is up there.
I'll tell you what, I feel secure today, though.
Right.
I mean, not that coming to Hyattsville there's any security issues, but there's definitely no chance that we might be the safest place in Hyattsville.
When the serious guys walk in with the earwigs and they just kind of stand there at attention, trying to look nonchalant.
I'm guarding this door that nobody ever goes into. So, second quarter brought to you by Wilmington Trust. Dave DeLuigi, class of 1988. I want to thank him for his support of Dematha and Dematha basketball.
Hunter into his bag of tricks.
Hunter goes right at Teager and knocks it down.
Little left-handed Kevin McHale there. Took it on the dribble, came back in, then with the up and under, drew the foul.
Well, the last matchup down at Carroll was a very physical matchup, if you remember. If you talk to the coaches.
Right.
A little bit of some pushing matches and stuff like that. So obviously the two big men had a really good battle last time. So it'll be interesting to see if now that Hunter's on the court here in the second quarter, if that starts to pick up.
I think Hunter's got to be relieved where he's playing a guy that's almost his size. So often he's being guarded by a 6'5", 6'6" guy. And shall we say the general plan is to be physical with Hunter. This is more of a fairer fight.
Covington
10 on the shot clock.
Into Tigre, as called. Here we go. Goes right at him.
Ooh.
Kareem
He
sky
went
hook.
sky hook on that one. Old school. Stags on a break.
Miller with the basketball. Goes baseline. Fall away jump shot. Tough shot. Rebound
Mulvey, good rebound.
by Mulvey. No good.
Good
Rebound
job.
knocked down.
Mulvey kept alive, wasn't able to cash in. Hunter on the putback.
Hunter Dickinson for 2.
Good effort by the Stags on the board.
The senior Mulvey getting some playing time here on senior day. Ball goes out of bounds. And an 8-point Stag lead as Steve Settles will check into the game and KJ Holt will check into the game. Coach Jones is going to use our score sheet tonight, I have a feeling. So 30-second timeout by Mike Powell and Carroll.
Alvin Lee looking in from San Antonio, Texas. We also got James Chase, Jeremy Clark, Jumpin' Joey Leffler up in Newmarket.
Jeremy Clark checking in from Millersville, Maryland, I'm sure.
Who else we got? Jimmy Key, Mike Thomas, Mary Thompson, Carolyn West.
I heard there also was a halftime performance of, I believe, third grade basketball is going to be going on in between the game. We've really upped the production here value in Hyattsville.
Next during the timeouts, we're going to have those races where you got to put on the uniform and make a layup.
I'll tell you what, if they get one of those shooting cannons, I'm all about that. Yeah. I would love a shooting cannon.
And Carroll sticking in their 2-3 zone, really pressuring out, almost up near half court. Donovan Miller, tough move, not quite there. Carroll on the break.
Carroll push it down the wing. That's Covington. Covington for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to the Stags. Good work by Holton.
Holton digs it out. Stags on the break again.
Miller. The Dickinson might have walked a little.
There we go. Nick Mulvey on the scoreboard. I think Nick's whole family is here. Quite an interruption.
Saw a fist pump by the governor, too, on that 10-point lead.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think Nick is a noted Republican.
Okay. Following jump shot scored number 4. That's Cassius Covington, the junior. First 2 points for Covington. Cuts the lead to 8.
Yeah, Tom Pontard showed me the picture of when the governor was here, in the team picture as the manager. Holton loses it out front. Carroll on the break.
So when would that have been? Had that been in the 60s? Was that in the 70s? When was it?
I think it was 70, 72 he was here. He would have graduated from Math in 74, graduated. He actually went to a school down in Florida, another Catholic school down there. I forget the name. He mentioned it upstairs.
But it wasn't 73 because there was a big article written that they had the top 10 basketball teams of all time. I was reading this online, and the 73 was
that was the guy by the name of Adrian Dantley.
Yes. Which I've heard Coach Wooten say, I'm not going to say this is the best team ever, but they were pretty good.
Hard. But, I mean, there's so many good teams. Dutch Morley's undefeated team. Mike Jones' undefeated team.
The 85 team.
And are you talking about as a high school team? Are you talking about their success in college, second to pros?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because Mike had that team in 2010 with 5 pros on it.
Right.
Jerry Grant, Victor Oladipo were seniors. Quinn Cook was player of the year as a junior. Jeremy Grant was a sophomore. And Jarius Lyles
was the freshman.
UBC. He was a freshman. Now, of course, they all weren't impact players at that year, but 3 of them were.
And I believe they were something in 1. I think they were 33-1, I believe.
They played a very good Gonzaga team in the championship game. Did very well. They won all 3.
Settle.
So it's really just hard to judge.
Smith in. I get a foul.
Tough play inside. Everything's okay. Referee's right on top of it.
The one thing that could be obviously a disaster is this extracurricular here. Don't want to have something like that happen.
Well, you want to maintain your focus, all right? Stags up 24-16. We got 5:14 to go.
So I think they gave the foul on 12, which is Tyree Evans.
Evidently, our guy who does the player foul thing on the scoreboard doesn't work in February.
I'm just hoping it's not the scoreboard's broke. That's what I'm hoping. As I mentioned, it looks like it's going to be a matchup between St. Jerome's here in between halftime. Second free throw knocks down. So 25-16, 5-14 ball stolen
Steal by Holton in the corner. Little one-man
Smith.
press. Paul
Smith. That's a foul.
Nice job by KJ. Dug it out. Paul Smith hustled down, threw it into the big guy. Go to the line for 2.
So Paul Smith will go to the line. 5:09 remaining here, second quarter. The Wilmington Trust second quarter. Shot.
Paul makes the second one.
Second one knocked down. 10-point lead. So 10-point lead, 5:04 here, second quarter. Last home game of the year.
It goes quickly.
Yes.
Good job by Hunter. Played behind, just contested, didn't try to foul, didn't try to make a play out of position. Make him shoot over him.
That's a great move. Puts it up, no good. Good move by KJ Holden. Rebound comes down to Tigray.
Tough move, took the hole, maybe tried too much on the, as Al McGuire would say, the French pastry.
Ward got the rebound. Jordan looked
nice
by Holden off the court, knocked the bucket down.
Big guy running the floor, KJ rewarded him. Perfect pass in the right spot, just had to lay it in.
So 28-16, 8 points for Hunter. Stags lead by 12. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Just under 4 on the game. Right in the lane, puts it up. Shot is blocked and out of bounds. It will be Carroll basketball with 3 on the shot clock.
Good help by the Stags. As we got in, 3 guys converged. We were able to get a hand on the ball. Corey Barnes again making it happen on the offensive end.
Dribble goes right to lane. Kind of shocking that we let a layup go with 3 seconds on the shot clock, but
yeah,
we did.
I think those are the things you need to talk about.
Keyshawn Johnson is the one missing the shot. Ward shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Johnson. He'll push, gives it to number 4. That's Covington. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to 2. That's Thomas. Gives it to Perkins. Cross. His shot no good. And a
rebound by Carson. Sticking his nose in there. Stags on the break.
Up and under. KJ Holden. Nice move. Now the thing that hopefully we can figure out is what really is the playoffs. Like, do we know yet? Still?
I've yet to see something in print.
Okay.
When I talked to Ed King earlier, he said with 11 teams, we'll go 3, in effect, play-in games to get down to 8.
If we only knew somebody that run the website for the WCAC that might be able to tell us that.
He's very busy, though. He's very busy.
I was going to send an email to webmaster at WCAC Sports and see if I got an answer, but.
But then the quarterfinals, I believe, are going to be down at Gallaudet on
The
Saturday. And then the girls' quarterfinals are going to be here. Yep.
Okay. And they haven't called us to do that yet?
But it's just a matter of time.
I did talk to First Amendment, and I believe they will be doing the semifinals and the finals.
But not the quarterfinals?
But not the quarters.
There's our opening. We go down. We just need an iPhone, right? We can do this, make this happen.
That's a tough court, though. Very high.
Yep.
Not to mention parking is not fun sometimes around there.
Well, I'm thinking if it goes to form, if we're the number 1 seed, we would play the 12 o'clock game.
That's how it traditionally is, right? Play the 12
case,
and then the first semifinal.
I like the parking situation better at 11:30 than at 3:30 or 5 or whenever the later games are. Actually, when my girls used to play and they had games down there, it was good because they played the girls' games first. When you go to the girls' game, you can park right in that little garage right there.
The problem isn't parking in, it's getting out.
Well, I remember one time we were in the championship game, and I think the girls' game was first. We had to park not in the back lot, across the street. They have another, you go to the back of the campus and then all the way out. I mean, it had to be 3/4 of a mile from the gym.
Wow. Ooh. T-Gray's second shot. No good. That wasn't T-Gray. I'm sorry. That was Chance Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Vance with the basketball. Good strong move. Up and under. No good. Rebound to Smith. His
good
shot
job
no
by
good.
the Stags.
Vance hustles. Gets to Colton.
Great effort.
Good job.
Tyree Vance, Carson Coconut, Paul Smith playing a little volleyball, keeping that thing alive. Carson able to cash it in. 32-16, 2:20 to go. Again, we got Rod Balanis, assistant coach at Notre Dame, coming up.
So Rod will be the original Lido's Coaches Corner halftime show, where all the coaches go, the original Lido's. Carson Kolnick, no good. Rebound.
Great effort
down
by Paul. Back to Carson.
Well, he tried to pass it before he caught it. Good look, though. That one pass would have been great.
Stags making the hustle plays. 32-16, just under 2 minutes.
Up and under. Hawkins shot. No call. Surprise.
A little bit of contact, but it looked like he lost the ball early.
Well, they called a foul on the other end. I kind of felt like Vance slipped before the contact happened.
Well, Tyree Vance, good job hustling back. Wasn't quite there. Didn't quite establish his position. Again, I think if Elijah hangs on to the ball, they call the foul, but I think he lost the ball before the contact.
So 38 or 32-18 as the Lions have a shot. Do we have an injury? Yeah, we have an injury on the floor.
My buddy Tom Rosa watching from Delaware. Tom, former principal, I believe, at St. Mark's out there, and a longtime basketball coach, and a big WCAC fan. Matter of fact, I would imagine Tom will be in this week, and he usually comes in to watch the games at AU and loves watching the Stags online.
So if this injury is, I'm not sure who it was to, but I believe it was that contact or lack of contact that happened, the expected contact.
It was an awkward. Tyree got there late, and he started to fall out, so their kind of legs got tangled up, and then you get that awkward fall. You know, the solid charge is actually safer for everyone. You know, you hit in the chest, you fall backwards, you rock on your heels, you're good.
So 1:48 remaining. Second quarter, the Wilmington Trust second quarter.
Some other games of interest today, because remember, there's still a little jockeying for position here. We got good counsel at Gonzaga. We've got McNamara at O'Connell. Be interested. McNamara, good effort the other night. O'Connell, at least by the score, not a great effort the other night. And then we got SJC at PVI. Right?
And it looked like SJC the other night really put them in a position to separate themselves away from O'Connell. So that's interesting to maybe capture that fourth spot.
You look at some of the scores, Gonzaga this year, O'Connell this year, McNamara this year, it's hard to get a pattern. At times, they play as well as anybody. You know, Gonzaga beat us down there, 7 points, if that's fairly easily. McNamara has beaten O'Connell and Gonzaga. Just kind of up and down.
But that's what's interesting about our league is you play 3 really good games and you're determined the best basketball team in the league. And,
right.
And as strong as our league is, nobody will say anything differently, regardless of Dematha's record in the regular season. If any of those 3 teams were to play that hot, they absolutely have an opportunity to win.
Yep.
Koltnig now to Hawkins. Hawkins dribbles.
Carroll, a little man-to-man now.
1:30 remaining here, second quarter. Ball stolen. We get a foul here on Hawkins. Ball stolen by number 2, Corey Barnes.
Elijah's still trying to figure out what's the right amount. Obviously, a very good ball handler, very good off the dribble, but on the varsity level, you got to figure out when is too much? When is it too much? And certainly in that situation, over-dribbled, lost the ball, Carroll going the line.
So we'll be shooting free throws. And remember, the Stags did have a foul 2 seconds into the game. So this 1-and-1. Barnes puts it behind his back. Bends the knees. And misses. Basketball gods, true answer.
There we go.
Probably shouldn't have been at the line.
Another rebound for Karsten, who's having a real solid first half.
Hawkins to Karsten to Dickinson. Good pass. Just a little too hot.
Needed a little bit of touch in that. Threw it up, went through the space in his hands. Didn't have time to gather it in. Minute 14 to go. 32-19, Stags up.
And thanks for joining us on a Sunday. The other basketball is probably not as enjoyable as this that's on right now, so thank you for tuning in to the Stags versus Archbishop Carroll. Tigre's shot, no good, comes down to Hawkins. Under 1:29 on the shot clock. Hunter, backdoor cut to Ward.
Little tweener, tough little teardrop from the short corner, Tyrell Ward. Little floater from about 8 or 9 feet.
34-19. Under 35 here.
Tough shot.
Shot good. Number 1. Trey Thomas, that's his 6th point on the day for the Lions.
Started the game with a 3. Looks like they're going to end the half with a 3.
So 12-point Stag lead here at 21. Exactly 1 second differential game clock, shot clock. Hawkins dribbles.
Now what Elijah has to do is when he decides to go, he's got to go. Sometimes he too much laterally.
Goes right at the lane. Holton's no good. Rebound settle. That shot, or to Ward, that shot no good. Ball goes out of bounds. And it will be a shot clock violation with 0.6 of a second. Good defense.
Gave it a chance.
Oh, almost hit Coach Bickle in the head.
You don't want to do that.
Just missed it. Would have ruined our halftime entertainment if that would have happened. So at the end of 1, Stags lead 34-22. Coach, as we start the halftime show here, presented by Three Brothers Pizza, explain what you thought.
What you expect. It wasn't a great performance by either team, but again, uneven lineups. We protected some guys with injuries. We were going with an injury and honor our seniors. Pretty good so far.
So we'll get going here. We'll get to the Coach's Corner up next. The original Lido's halftime show, or the Three Brothers Pizza halftime show. We'll present the original Lido's Coach's Corner. Coach Murphy, Coach Pilatus, as we go here at halftime. Halftime score, Dematha leads 34-22.
All right, I'm here with Rod Balanis here, class of 1988. Now, I don't want to put pressure on you, but from class of 88, I've interviewed Bobby Hill and Dave DeLuigi. The bar is set pretty high.
Yeah, it's a hard act to follow, Neil, that's for sure. So,
well, welcome. Well,
thank you.
You probably can't comment on the game. I'm sure you just happen to be in the neighborhood.
Right, exactly.
But we have had a couple of guys go out there and play for Notre Dame.
Yes.
DJ Harvard out there playing now. And we had Jerry and Grant had a great career out there.
Yes.
So it's always good to see Notre Dame guys either on the floor or on the bench.
No question about it.
So let's go back in time. You grew up in Williamsburg.
I did.
All right. And you're transferring to Dematha your sophomore year.
Right.
What was that like?
It was an interesting transition. I lived with a family up here. The Hills were great. Or like a second family. I was actually texting with them today. And, it was a great experience. It was almost like going to college early because – obviously, you're not living with your family. And the second thing, when you're a place like Dematha with, the competition, you ratchet it up a lot, and the academic work. So, I almost felt like I was going to college at 15 years old. But it changed my life. I mean, I had a great experience here. I got to meet Mike Bray, which obviously changed my life, and so I'm always indebted to this place.
That's great. And now a little bit awkward because you come up and all your friends, like I kid about the class 88, but great class. So your buddies with John Hill, with Brendan Wooten, with Bobby Hill, you were just talking with back here. All the guys around there, Ted Jeffries, Rod Mustoff, whatever. But you and Gerard, I think, were the only guys on the varsity, right?
We were that
your
sophomore
friends
year.
were playing JV.
They were, and it was kind of funny too because you and Coach Strickland were coaching the JV, and a lot of times those guys were my ride. So the varsity, as you remember, I don't know how they do it now, but they would practice first,
right?
And I would hang out and watch those guys practice, and it was funny too. You guys ran some, and you guys were young coaches then. You guys were running some intense practices. You were doing zigzag in February and everything like that. So
well, we thought we still had a chance at our playing career.
Yes, that's
we'd
true.
Go out and we'd play pickup.
And you guys could still hoop then.
Tournaments, and
yeah,
that was a lot of fun and a great group. So it had to be strange. You're with them, but you're not with them, and the adjustment. So you go through, sophomore year, junior year, senior year, unbelievable year. We go, I think it was 30-3, but whatever in 3, we win the league title, we win the city title, and then we go up and we win up in Cumberland.
Yep.
What was that year like?
It was really special. It was really special because, we obviously my sophomore year we lost a tough, WCAC title. It was the WMAC back then, to a very good Gonzaga team. Obviously, our junior year we won the WMAC, but we didn't win the city title. Dunbar was really good that year, and so to finish off the trifecta and to be able to do that was really, really special. If you were building towards that, the league was becoming, it was always really competitive. I think it started really going to another notch there because there were so many really, really good teams no matter where you went. And obviously when you were at Dematha, you had the bullseye on your chest. So, but it was a great experience to finish off there with a special group of guys, that class of 88 that I was with.
Yeah, when I came in, the league was every year it was somebody. It was Gonzaga or it was St. John's or, there was always one team. Now it's up to like 5 or 6. McNamara's 6th place team in the league.
Right.
They take a 2-point game right there. And there's so many teams that can win it. And every day, whether you're playing Carroll or playing Gonzaga, you don't show up, you're going to have a problem.
It's the best league in America. It's been that way, and it's even more now. I agree with that. So.
We've had a number of years where we go to the quarterfinals, and number 8 beats number 1.
Right.
It happens all the time. Gonzaga one year was undefeated, and Ireton knocks them off. First game when Chris Jenkins played at Villanova was up there. All right, so you leave here, and where do you go?
I go to Georgia Tech, and had a great experience there. We were able to win 2 ACC titles. We're able to go to the Final Four in 1990, which is something that I obviously aspire as a coach to do. We were close a couple years ago at Notre Dame to do that, but it was a great experience. It's funny too. I played for a guy named Bobby Cremens, and he does some of the games now with the ACC network. He did our NC State game about a month ago, so catching up with him. But it was a great experience with a lot of great guys, and
any good players on that team?
A lot of good players, obviously, with Dennis Scott and Kenny Anderson and Brian Oliver, Lethal Weapon 3. It was a special group.
Your senior year, Malloy comes down. They were number 1 in the country. We played over at Tacoma Academy.
Yes.
Did you ever remind Kenny of the outcome of that game?
All the time. And he always talked about, too, that, he never beat Dematha. As you remember, too, my junior year, John Gwynn hit a shot over at Catholic University almost from about 30 feet to beat him, too. So, and he also talked about, because we were supposed to match up over at the beach ball class, but we got upset a couple times, my junior and senior year at the beach ball, so we never got to play Malloy again. But, we used to talk about those battles and, that he was 0 for 2 against us.
Well, actually, we go down to the beach ball that year. We lose 2 to Sarah Line, Everett Sullivan.
Yes.
Right?
Hillcrest High School.
Right. They were unbelievable. And another team, South Eau Claire, I think maybe.
Yep.
But I think the reason that season was so successful is we had those 2 losses, and I remember we had a long film session, and it kind of, Coach held us accountable, held you guys accountable, and that was kind of the turning point. And then the rest of the year, we were untouchable.
We played great. The only other game we lost to Patrick Henry down at Roanoke, who had George Lynch and those guys, Curtis Blair, that was a very good player at Richmond. Who's actually an NBA ref, or he was an NBA ref until a couple years ago. So they, we lost to them down there, but they ended up winning the state championship. And we had a great year. It was a great run.
All right. So playing career's over, right? Then what happens? How do we end up as a college coach?
Yeah, so a mutual friend of me and you, Jack Bruin, who was kind of a mentor to me when I was here. He was the head coach at Catholic University, and I always, he did a lot of things to help me with my game. I was trying to get into college coaching, and I get a lot of questions from young coaches about like getting in. I was lucky. I got hired as a volunteer in 1996, and went up there, and
this is up at Colgate.
Up at Colgate University. Right. He was the head coach at Colgate University at the time, and unfortunately, as you remember too, Neil, he died my second year there. He got cancer, and God bless him. But he gave me that opportunity, and was able to stay on with the next coach, Emmett Davis. I'm really close to as a mentor of mine.
Local guy. I think he's back in the area.
He's back at Navy as the assistant. Right? He got the job as the assistant at Navy, and terrific coach. Learned a lot from him. And then obviously Mike Bray, when he got the job in 2000, at Notre Dame, it was kind of a weird time where he got the job, but he offered me the a chance to be on his staff, and it wasn't in a coaching role, which I was a little taken back about a little bit as far as should I do that, but to go with Mike Bray and to be at Notre Dame was it was a no-brainer, and it was obviously the best decision of my life.
I know we've got that phrase right here, one Dematha. Well, there's really only one Notre Dame, you know. So whether it be at a coaching position or not, it's one of those special places.
No question.
So you go out there in 2000?
2000, yep. Wow. And now this is our 19th season, which I have to pinch myself sometimes to think that we've been there 19 years, especially in our business. But we are, we thought it would be a gold mine. We took over the whole decade of the 90s. They did not go to the NCAA tournament. We inherited some good players from John McLeod and Matt Doherty, and they were hungry, and it was kind of a perfect storm. We were able to go to the tournament that first year, and it's been really a great run to be there. And it's a special place. You get special kids that really believe. So.
Well, they've kind of lost their way. They went through a couple coaches. Matt Doherty left quickly to go back to Carolina, and all of a sudden now they get Mike Bray, who stays. I assume he's going to finish out his career.
No question. No question. I mean, that he was traded for that job. It's been a great match, and we've been on a really special run. We're having a little tough time this year, but we have a young group that's really talented and getting better. We had a close game with Virginia yesterday.
I watched the game yesterday. Great effort.
Yeah, no question. Especially because 3 weeks earlier too, we lost to those guys at home by 30 and just didn't really compete. And yesterday we had a chance to win. So something to build on as we go down the stretch here. We got Wake Forest at home on Tuesday, so we're looking forward to that one.
Good. And I have to mention your dad.
Yes.
You're a college coach. Your dad was a college coach. Mm-hmm. Talk about that a little bit. He was down at William & Mary.
He was down at William & Mary. He was very, very successful as a head coach there for 3 years, as a head coach and as an assistant coach. And, it's funny, too, because we talk basketball every day. And it's funny, too. I went home with him last night after the Virginia game and drove up here today. And, before I left today, he was trying to show me the nuances of running a 1-3-1 zone because he thought that might help us because we couldn't stop DeAndre Hunter yesterday. So he's always thinking basketball on our team and living through us.
Please don't go to the 1-3-1.
He's been a big part of my life. I mean, I grew up around the game, going to his practices, and I think that he kind of lives vicariously through me now. So it's been really special as far as that.
He was great. He was around a lot because he was doing stuff with Pumas. I remember all those late nights at Lido's talking and the energy your dad had about anything he talked about.
No question.
Great.
No question. That's why, he ended up working for Nike, and he just retired from there, and he got into the football part with there, and he didn't really have any connection to football, but because of his personality and his people were attracted to him. I mean, he was very successful at that. So
that's great. All right, Rod, this has been great. Thanks
it's been great too.
By.
Thanks for asking me to
go
do it.
Irish.
So go Irish. Go Stags.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Representing Carroll High School, the former Lieutenant Governor Michael Steele. Please stand. Also representing the school, our current Lieutenant Governor, Boyd Rutherford. It gives me great pleasure because we now have a new alumnus of Dematha County High School, and that is our Governor, Larry Moore.
So as we come back here, Coach, great interview in between. Coach Mr. Ponton made the announcement of the 3 dignitaries in the stands.
Yep.
Mr. Steele.
You and I were not mentioned, by the way.
No.
That could have went to 5, right?
He could have. They gave 2 Carroll guys.
Another member of that class, 88, Rob Delanis, good guy. Now I got to get those guys to talk about who had the best interview between Bobby Hill and Dave DiLuigi.
Third quarter brought to you by Charlie Kenny, attorney at law, mock trial teacher here at Dematha. Steve settles for 3, no good. Rebound comes down to the Lions. 10-point Dematha lead here, start of the third quarter. Again, senior night, last home game. I will say surprisingly a pretty good crowd here for a Sunday.
Good turnout. I think senior night brings them out. The governor's security, I think, helped fill the house.
It did help quite a bit. We had a halftime. The third graders at St. Jerome's wanted it to go out there. I will say on record, because it wasn't in the PA, of course, St. Jerome's, the place of Quinn Cook and Victor Oladipo. Dutch Morley also, who's quite mentioned that he might have been wanted to be mentioned in that announcement. So, Dutch, there you go. You were mentioned in the announcement. Ball stolen.
Good hustle by K.J. Holton. Stags on the break.
Justin in the corner to settle. No good. Rebound comes down to Tigre, and we'll get a foul on Vance. So the foul on Vance will be his second. Unique to Tyree Vance, he has had the first foul of each half of this game. Inbound pass. Tigre spins, dribbles.
Bumping with Hunter.
Puts it up off
Good
the glass,
contest.
score the basket.
Nice little left-handed move. 6:16 to go, 34-26. Stags up 8. Inside to Hunter.
Good spin
Nice
move by
little,
Hunter.
Nice little
Score
move.
the basket.
Yes, and the late foul.
So basket scores.
Hope John Hill is still listening because Rod mentioned him in the interview.
There you go. Now they were playing UVA, right? They were in town for UVA the other night.
Yeah, they played down. They gave UVA a run.
Lost
by 4-6. Yeah, good game. You know, it's just hard for Notre Dame to make shots. Prentice Hub starting to play better. Gibbs is playing better. DJ, great first half. Not much in the second half. They seem to be missing that one player who can get him a shot as the clock runs down. Tough move by Justin Moore.
Yeah, but for the Irish, a team that I kind of feel like might do some damage in an ACC tournament, might win a game or two here, has the pieces, just hasn't been able to hit shots.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're one player away. You know, that player who's hard to guard, that player who the other team will foul as you start to turn the corner. A lot of good complementary players, and I think the guys that really can make it happen would be Prentice Hub from Gonzaga and DJ. They have the ability to do that. Just a little inconsistent at this point.
And they're a little young, right? It's hard to be a freshman.
Yep.
And, you know, DJ coming off the injury, obviously. Good to see him healthy. That's always nice. So the timeout by Coach Powell and the Lions. Dematha leads by 13 here in the third quarter.
(39-26), 5:36 to go.
Ball's inbounded into the backcourt.
See, my son just tuned in, so I'll give another shout out to Kellen Robert Murphy. Happy birthday, Kellen. Hope you're enjoying the pizza. Got to spend a little time with him this morning.
Dribbles. A lot of dribbling here.
Oops.
Standing. And a hand check on Justin Moore.
Well, they missed what went on inside. Tigre was posting up really hard, and then Hunter started to fight around. They danced all the way across the lane. Now, I was waiting for the music to come on.
I mean, I saw the UFC match that was going on. Handoff shot to top. Knocks it down. Number
Trey Thomas. got kind of the sidewinder thing going.
The freshman has 3 baskets, all threes, 9 points. Cuts the lead to 10. Just under 5 here in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Charlie Kenny. Settles shot, no good.
Steve Settles probably had about 4 or 5 good looks, hasn't been able to knock it down.
Jump shot, jump step, puts it up.
Corey Barnes all the way in the lane. Very little resistance by the Stags. We were back, we just didn't guard them.
So 8-point lead, Dickinson to Koltnick. Koltnick for 3. Got to knock that down. That's a really good
Nice
look.
pass by Hunter. Carson stepping into it just a little bit long.
Goes right at it. We're going to get a charge. Charge will be on number 2.
Nice job by KJ. Barnes initiated the contact. Wasn't quite squared up, but I think it's the right call.
Kind of dipped his shoulder in.
Yeah. 39-31. 4:23 to go.
Of course, KJ didn't also fell very well. Let's put it like that. So.
Yeah, sometimes when you kind of stand in there really tough, it works against you.
Right.
You didn't go down.
Force
Why
the call.
am I going to call a foul?
Vance with the basketball. Dribbles.
Nice little
On the
kick.
wing,
Justin Moore.
Knocks it down. Justin Moore. Slow night for him. 8, but still good look. 42-31. Stags the lead under 4 here, third quarter. Runner, and that could have been a goaltend. Official waved off the second basket, but no goaltending. They'll let him shoot. Put number 0. Keyshawn Johnson.
I'm looking at Justin's footwear, and it looks like he couldn't make a decision on what to wear today.
But there's a lot of different colors going on there. I'm not quite sure.
Actually, look, because sometimes there are the sneakers where they're one color on the left side, one color on the right hand, but he has 2 different color shoes.
I'm talking about, there's a whole lot going on out there.
Yeah.
Like, this is an atypical Dematha day. This is like wear your favorite shoes today. Maybe we're auctioning them off. Who knows?
42-32, 3:50 to go. Ed Murphy, no relation.
Vance top of
Looking
the
in.
key. Looked like he got tipped. No call, though. Dribbles baseline. Got him on the hip. And got
Let
the
him
foul.
turn the corner. That's where you just got to give more ground. Out of position, get in position first, then try to play defense.
So foul was on Donovan Miller. That's his first that I have. Team foul number 4.
Another guy listening in, I'm not sure if he's a basketball player or a baseball player. You may want to claim him. Vince Bartozzi.
Did both, I believe.
He did. That's what I'm saying. It's a matter who.
So it's okay to be both here at Dematha.
Yep.
Shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Lions.
Tyree, good look. Just shoots it so flat. He's got to get his legs in it.
Thomas misses. Rebound comes down to Barnes, and we'll get a foul on the baseline.
One of those calls, everyone was confused. Dematha thought they fouled. Carroll thought it was their ball, and everybody's walking down the other end. 42-32, coming up on 3 minutes.
And us as the announcers, we have no idea the foul was on. So
we'll just wait till the dust settles.
Koltnick from that magic spot knocks it down.
Carson liking the zone here today. He'll be playing at Brown next year. Tigra working inside.
Hand check on Hunter. Doesn't understand why that's a hand check, but you might have to clarify to him.
And I guess I should say my wife Maureen is watching.
The officials given the thing that I said, that Hunter also created the contact. That's going to be a charge. Nope, it's going to be a shot. Corey looks like he's got something to add to the broadcast, does he? Hold on. Corey Puffett, our sideline reporter. Go ahead, Corey.
Yeah, actually. So I was down there. I heard you guys talking about the different color shoes, and in particular, Justin. I mean, he's got like 4 different colors going on down there.
But 2 completely different shoes.
Right, exactly. So the deal is all the seniors get to choose what color they want to wear. Everybody else is wearing blue.
Okay. All right.
And we're not auctioning these off to charity or anything, right? It's just
that I don't know.
Just a choice.
It actually had to be pointed out to me by Kenny Tate.
So Justin's sneakers are by choice, not by accident?
Yeah,
correct.
Just want a clarification.
Good thing he signed that letter of intent.
Good move by Donovan Miller. Got in. Dematha bench asking for a goaltend. Coach Jones reminding the bench that he would be the one to ask for the goaltend.
Great insight by Coach Puffett.
There we go.
Later in the broadcast, we're going to ask Coach Puffett to first shot is good. So Coach Murphy getting right on assignments here.
No cap.
Okay.
Without a cap.
Okay.
.47-34, coming up to the 2-minute mark. Donovan Miller
knocks it down. Big shot by Donovan. 49-34, 2:02 third quarter here, and that's got to be a foul. Karsten, you fouled him like 5 times.
Except, well, he put his arms in there.
He grabbed it.
I know, he was perfect position. If he keeps his arms out of there, right? Corey Barnes creates the contact. He doesn't even get around the corner, went right at his chest, but he's got both arms out in front. He did the hard part.
Oh. I love kids. I didn't do anything wrong.
Well, there's never been a player, not just in basketball, in any sport, who hasn't shown their hands up like I didn't do anything, who hasn't actually been guilty of something.
That's the normal sign, right? If I did something, I put my hands up.
If you just look confused, but you know you did it.
So second free throw, Barnes makes both. Cuts the lead to 49-36.
Tough call, probably the right call, but Hunter one-on-one. Staggs did a good job reversing the ball. Hunter was one-on-one inside. Hunter kind of leaned in and kind of created the contact, and they call a little ticky-tack.
Up, under, puts it up. Shot blocked by Tigre.
Hunter's up and under, still a work in progress.
Good move.
Nice
Score
move.
the back at number 1. That's Trey Thomas.
Trey Thomas having a pretty good game.
Freshman has 11. Cuts the lead to 11. Lieutenant Governor Rutherford gives the fist pump. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to the Lions. Chance to get inside of 10 here.
Lions hanging in there.
Fall away jump shot no good. Tigre goes. Saves it off his own leg, and it will be Dematha basketball.
Good hustle. 1:01 to go in the quarter, 49-38.
I did not mention, since I've been on the air, but the roars that were happening as you were doing the coach's corner were the CYO basketball that seemed to be happening, which third grade, I believe, St. Jerome's was playing in between the quarter. Very interesting. Big fans of the crowd here.
St. Jerome's, of course, just down the street.
Yes.
Basically a feeder school to Dematha. So Sago, Dematha grad, kind of runs the CYO program.
Oh, bad inbound
Not sure
pass.
of the plan there. Good block. Oh,
that was a good block. That'll be on
good
number
block
15.
up top. Might have got him well after, but one of those ones that generally is not called. But that's what happens when you let them get all the way to the rim.
So foul is on Terrell Ward. That's his first team foul, number 8. As we have 40.8 here in the third quarter. 11-point game. Make it a 10-point game. Fans in green are giving the fist bump. Bends the knees, puts it up. Good. Cuts it to 9. Inside of 10. Nice little run here by the Lions. Good quarter so far for them. Miller dribbles, spins. Tried to pass it, lost the ball.
Nice job by Hunter.
For 3, no good. Ball goes off of number 2, Barnes, and it will be Dematha basketball with 27.1 here in the third. Shot clock is off.
Ball was mishandled. Hunter made a nice tip out to Carson for the open 3. Wasn't able to knock it down. 49-40, 27 to go.
So Miller will check out, Koltnick will check out, Hawkins will check in, and Holton will check in for the Stags. Add Moore, Dickinson, and Ward as the 5 on the floor for Dematha. Spin, lost the ball. Timeout, please. Good call.
Good hustle. Bad offense, but good hustle.
So it'll be a 30-second timeout as we go here. Coach Jones will call it. 9-point game for the Stags. Carroll this quarter has done a really good job of. Their hands have been very active, I will say. They've gotten their hands on the ball.
They're contesting. They're scrappy. They're doing a better job on Hunter inside. Tigre's bodying up on him, making shots down the other end. A couple hustle plays. They got to the backboard.
Limited our second chance. Dematha's really been one and done.
Right.
You know. Coach Powell's got to be really happy with the effort. And, of course, Dematha grad Michael Witherspoon, I believe, was class of, I want to say, 95, 96, something like that.
It was somewhere in there. I
think he was right after Steve Napper, I want to say.
It was around that time. He may have actually finished up at Northwestern.
Okay. 5 seconds on the game clock in the wing.
Good look.
For
Nice
3.
dish.
No good.
A little short. Hunter just couldn't quite get to the rebound.
And that'll do it after 1, or after 3, I should say.
Yep.
Dematha leads 49-40. Low-scoring game.
Again, not as smooth as you might like it, but again, we got different lineups in here. Certainly, Jameer Young being out, they played the opening tap, and Josh Wallace giving those guys a rest. I know Josh came up with cramps, not last game, the game before that. So certainly want to get the W, secure that number 1 seed.
Well, as we mentioned about the IR for tonight, is Earl Timberlake, not in the lineup, Jameer Young, and obviously Josh Wallace. So those 3 guys, pretty big factors,
right,
for the Dematha Stags. So.
And again, a chance for these guys maybe to earn some playing time because, as we know, we got hopefully 3 games over the weekend coming up, and you don't know who's going to be tapped on the shoulder with fouls or, God forbid, an injury. Something like that.
And there's a lot of basketball. There's the WCACs. There's the Maryland State tournament. There's still the Alhambra. There's a lot to continue here.
So we got Stags ball out of bounds.
Of course, the Stags still number 1 in the post. Number 1 right now in the WCAC. It's still nationally ranked. So a lot of things to play for, along with the coveted 41st conference title. Holton, wing, to Ward. Shot no good. Rebound comes down to Smith. We get a jump ball.
Stags getting good shots. We're getting nice kickouts. We're getting open threes. We're just not making them.
And we're not getting the second chance.
Right. Paul Smith on the tie up there. All in possession will go to Carroll. Carroll's ball. Inbounds on the baseline.
So Carroll has the ball. Just started here, fourth quarter.
Now, if Corey Puffett shows up on Facebook is watching. Does that count?
I think so. We should give him a shout out. Right. Definitely. Fourth quarter brought to you by Tim O'Brien, class of 1977.
Tim is here today. He was part of that presentation of the governor.
Shot no good. Rebound comes out of bounds, and it will be Dematha basketball. Coach Jones is wanting something. I'm not quite sure what.
I think it almost has that look like somebody lost the contact. Justin Moore going to the corner. Hunter Dickinson coming in for Justin, which will basically shift our entire lineup.
Yeah, I don't see Hunter running the point. Well, Hunter running the point.
That was a better inbound. Last time we threw it to the green shirts. Stags haven't scored in a while.
We good high-low into Smith. Ooh. Lost. I think they called the miss. I don't know if they called the foul.
Paul Smith went down. A nice high-low. We got 1-on-1. Paul Smith will go to the line. Just seemed to lose his legs. Now, he did actually shoot the ball, though, so this is a strange call.
So it might have been the foul literally after. They might have stepped on him or something. I'm not quite sure how you get 1-on-1 out of that.
Yeah. Now, it's not like I had a chance of going in, but
right.
he did throw the ball towards the rim.
Good fall-away shot by the freshman. No good. Rebound comes out to Dickinson. And we'll get a jump ball. And it should
Stags
be.
Ball.
As our second tie-up of the fourth quarter in a minute and 15 seconds. Interesting. Ball stolen, picked to the pocket. Shot put up, score the bucket. Keyshawn Johnson. And timeout Carroll as the lead's now cut to 7.
Stags a little stagnant on offense. The ball's not moving that much. Elijah got his pocket picked. Easy layup for Carroll. They cut it to 7, 49-42.
It's an interesting change in rhythm. Dematha has been so out of their rhythm offensively. It makes you kind of wonder. You might see the Justin Moore, Carson Kolnick, Hunter Dickinson lineup out there. Maybe it's Steve Settles.
Well, you have two issues. One, of course, is the guys out there. Many of them are what you might call your second string guys. But you've got guys not used to playing with each other.
Right.
Because in practice, many times, the first string guys play together, the second string guys. So there isn't that understanding of what's going on there.
Or the anticipation.
Yeah.
So the adjustment is Moore comes back in. You got Moore, Dickinson, Koltnig, Smith, and Ward are your 5 for Dematha.
Obviously, the Stags need one here.
Moore crosses to Koltnig. Koltnig to Ward into Dickinson. Both knocked down. Good effort by the Lions. And picked up loose ball. And we'll have our third jump ball of the quarter. This one will go to the Lions. I know you showed up to watch a basketball game and a rugby game showed up. But
yeah, Tyrell had the right idea. We were trying to get it to Hunter, but he didn't read the defense and threw it right to the green shirt. A little out of position. Hunter didn't quite have position, but threw it to the defensive arm of the Carroll player.
Fall away jump shot, no good. Rebound, bad shot, rebound to Koltnig. To Moore, probably not the shot that coach wanted. Ball stolen, good hands. Moore got it back. Miller for 3. Slow it down. Smith.
Wow.
Ball
Paul Smith
away.
had the rebound, brought it down, Got his pocket picked.
Over in the wing. Barnes gets it over to Thomas. Thomas will reset it. Goes right at Hunter.
Oh.
Get a foul.
Good take by Donovan Miller. Late call. And actually that referee, and I'm not saying he's wrong, but he makes sure in every call he's made has been a little bit after you expected to see the call.
Well, maybe look at the replay. You never
Donovan Miller, great job sliding over. Carroll guy gave up the ball. Miller stepped in, gave up his body. There we go.
Into Dickinson. Dickinson puts it up, gets the rebound, gets the tip, gets another rebound. Moses Malone, special right there.
Padding his stats. First bucket for the Stags in quite some time.
So score the bucket for Hunter.
Yep.
Spin, jump shot, tough pass inside, tougher catch. Score the bucket, 23.
Nice
Chance
finish
Harris.
Inside. Chance Harris. Thought Hunter a chance to block that one.
4:44.
Nice job.
And Hunter scored.
Donovan Miller, straight line drive, forced the help. Drop off to Hunter, easy basket, goes to the line for one.
So 4:38 remaining here.
Good to see Donovan Miller asserting himself again. Was in the rotation earlier in the year and then kind of fell out of it as some of the other guys, Steve Settles and Elijah Hawkins, started to step up and making some solid contributions today. Back on?
We were off. It's just we had a score problem. Not close.
Because my wife just said she didn't want to run. That's the first time she's ever wanted to go from it. So hopefully she'll let me know we're back in. 56:44, 4:02 to go.
So just under 4 here. Hopefully our listeners will let us know that we're good to go. I think we'll be back here shortly.
Son had the same comment. Might have missed a walk there.
There's a walk. It's going to be a little delayed, but I'm sure it'll get back. Donovan Miller dribbles. Right at the elbow, puts it up. No good. Rebound comes down to Carroll. 56-44.
Yeah, not sure if that's the shot Coach Jones wanted. Nice tip out by Hunter. Steve settles on the ground. Stags come up with it. Ooh, little giveaway there. All right, my man Joey Leffler saying we're back to normal. That's the first time a lot of people said they wanted to hear us talk.
Well, normally they want you to announce them, so it's not a...
So 56-44, 3:12 to go.
So there was a little scuffle on the floor. Coach Jones is asking for a towel to be used to kind of clean up the sweat. Maybe not.
I never thought that sneaker rubbing actually accomplished much. And we got a big budget here. All right, referee. Now, things you remember. This referee just wiped the floor. He refereed one of my daughter's games down at St. Mary's. They lost in overtime. But I've let it go.
Did he mop the floor in that game too?
My daughter was playing for York, and I thought maybe he was St. Mary's alum.
Well, we got Coach Puffett. We can go down and interview him at the next time out. Just ask him that question. That way he's at ease. We got a foul here. Foul looks like that's going to be on Dickinson. Nope.
He's working hard inside, and that's good for Hunter. You say he's got to be relieved that he's playing against someone his size, not someone a little bit smaller who may not be held accountable.
Fouls on Tyree Vance, which I'm not quite sure. Tyree, you feel bad for him and seeing it. I don't even think he was near there.
There was another white shirt on the other side. I couldn't really see who it was. I'll assume it's Tyree.
So that'll be Tyree's night for senior night. And we're at 58-44.
Mike Robertson watching it, former Stag guard, who I believe played at Catholic after he left us.
One of the interesting projects of my times around the country is at Arizona State. There's a huge wall that anybody that played at Arizona State with baseball has their name against the wall. It's like an alumni wall. I've always thought it'd be really neat to have that kind of wall here with Dematha basketball, where people could put it up there. Just a thing to put up there. I think in our gym it'd be pretty nice to have a wall of Dematha. I'm sure some guys would come back and definitely look at their names on the wall. Shot goes up. Shot is good.
On senior day, that's supposed to go. Tough one-on-one move by Justin Moore. Took it from the top, took it in the lane, created contact, goes to the line for one. 60-44.
That thing bounced so many times it could have been a shot clock violation how many times it was up there. Definitely a good 2 seconds.
Joey Leffler had the comment that maybe Father Damien tripped over the microphone wires and knocked it out. Of course, Father Damien, if you know his voice, he doesn't need a microphone.
We're going to start using him as interviews, but we're just going to yell down and have him yell back. Ball's on the floor.
Good hustle by the Stags. Tyrell Ward picks his pocket.
And we'll get a kick or on, I'm not sure. Okay, kick ball.
He says Tyrell kicked the ball.
Kick ball.
Now, a kick has to be intentional. Since the Stags had the ball, very rarely would you intentionally kick the ball. Oh.
I think we're checking to see if there was ever possession on this.
I know Coach Jones made a point, and it was good enough that who I would call the lead official, is going over to talk to his two younger colleagues and talk about what went on.
The lead official is going to come back. And
I think it's a shot clock issue.
And Coach is going to, I think, win his argument. So.
But I'm going to say Dematha clearly had the ball at one point.
So they're going to reset it to 20 on the shot clock. So 20 seconds on the shot clock. Stags lead here by 16. Shot.
Ooh.
Not picked up by Tigre. Tigre goes right at him.
Tough
Hook
move.
shot, good move.
Stays
Gets another
after
rebound.
it.
That's a big time move right there.
Sends it in.
As I mentioned last year, really impressed with him as a sophomore, and that's a nice move. For the Lions to be successful, he's just going to have to do a little bit more of those.
Hunter called for the ball. Wasn't real happy with the way that play ended up.
No travel. Good call.
Again, Hunter's hands up, so he must be guilty. Couldn't see a little bit of contact. Certainly Hunter wanted a piece from after the dunk out at this end.
I don't think he appreciated the dunk on him.
Yeah. Well, you're not supposed to, Don't let that happen.
Tigre has the ball, kicks it back out, used himself as a screen. Contact goes right at Miller. That's Corey Barnes.
Like so many good offensive players, right? Corey Barnes creating the contact. Leaning in. And it's almost one of those things where Donovan, if he goes down, he might get the call. But he kind of rides with him. The advantage always goes to the offense.
Spins around his back, Barnes dribbles, bends the knees, and knocks it in. So 60-47, 135. Stags lead by 13. Very intent in the lieutenant and governor's box and governor right now. Nobody's left. It's the second one.
60-48, minute 35 to go.
Cuts it to 12. 135.
Coach Jones putting a couple seniors in. I'm thinking his plan is we get a bucket or two, maybe stretch it out to 14, and then he can maybe give some of the seniors their due as they get sub 4 in the closing seconds. But we got to get there.
Carroll is actually not picking up. They're going to let us use the whole shot clock here. So up 12.
Push off by Karsten on the spin move. 60-48, a minute 22 to go.
Good defense by the Lions there. Tigre has Dickinson. Gives it up to number 4. That's Covington.
Cassius Covington cuts it to 10. Coming up in a minute.
Holton dribbles. Stags will just run the clock here. Really shocked.
Yeah, Carroll kind of playing scoreboard. Wow. Stags almost went back court. A lot of bodies in a small area there. Ball was mishandled. We got to call Stags to go to the line.
Are you surprised that they're not playing the foul game here?
I'm thinking the lieutenant governor got to him.
We're at 46-8, 10-point lead.
There was some signaling from the stands. I didn't quite understand at the time. It's becoming clearer. Justin Moore knocks down the first. Nick Mulvey coming in for Hunter.
Everything's not a conspiracy. Come on. 11-point lead, 46.8, fourth quarter. Again, coming up after the broadcast, Coach will give the three brothers MVP of the game. Carson Koldnick checks out.
45 seconds to go. Stags up 12. Nick Mulvey has his work cut out for him. See what he does on this high ball screen.
4:30 on the game clock. Shot goes out of bounds.
Now, what I don't understand is maybe it was a foul. But where that contact was, you have one referee within 10 feet, another referee on the same side of the floor within 15 feet. The guy with the worst angle made the call.
I think he just teed up Justin Moore.
Certainly, I have not seen the signal, but certainly by the way the white shirts are reacting and everything, that there must have been a little exchange after the foul call, I'm assuming between the shooter, Corey Barnes, and Justin. Certainly there was no outward demonstration, but you don't have to say it loud, just got to say it.
So in high school, is it shoot the free throws, then shoot the technical, and then it's ball out of bounds?
Yeah, there's a lot going on here. You shoot the foul first.
So this is the free throw.
Then we'll get two in the technical.
Now we'll shoot the technical.
So Trey Thomas is going to step up. Now
we're going to have chaos.
Right, because one referee blew the whistle for the sub. The basket should not count. Let's see how many fingers we hold up. But he did shoot it and made it. And now we'll get people yelling from the stands because they're not going to know what's actually going on. All right. It should be Carroll ball at half court.
So Carroll makes 3 of the 4 free throws, cuts the lead to 9, has the ball. Justin Moore is fouled out of the game with that technical.
Yeah, the hard part on those plays.
And we're going to get another foul call.
Is that the foul on Justin Moore, and then you get the technical, so it's 2 right away.
So we just fouled a 6'11" guy 55 feet away from the basket, up 9. Now, I will say this. Coach Jones doesn't have as much hair as I do, but this would be reason to lose it.
Yeah. 28.1 seconds to go, 62-53. It'd be interesting to see because Carroll's been really soft on defense, so assuming Dematha either rebounds or takes the ball out of bounds, will Carroll come up and pressure? They really haven't been doing that.
So 28.1, that makes the lead now an 8-point lead. Just want to circle that. It's an 8-point Dematha lead. And Coach Jones is going to check everybody out.
Subbing out the seniors.
And Coach Powell is signaling.
Got one more. Jarrell Roberson going to come in, I assume, for Nick Mulvey.
Coach Powell just signaled for a foul, so expect Carroll to foul on the inbound here. And this is the free throw.
Box out.
Rebound goes, and the rebound was to Jarrell Robinson. Jarrell, a freshman.
Yep.
And he will go to the line to shoot 2.
Just had the good fortune to meet Jarrell personally. We run into each other during the free period now. What a nice young man. Certainly a bright future for him. You know, you're on the varsity as a freshman regardless of how many minutes you play. You know, it means Coach Jones had a lot of faith in your ability and thinks you're going to be a big contributor for the Stags, if not this year, but down the road. Knocks down the first.
Big free throw.
And you got to love it as a freshman when the governor is cheering wildly for you.
I was going to say the intensity right now in that box. Jarrell, 27 seconds left. Bends the knees.
Two good-looking balls there. Good rotation. Stags up 10. He has no idea how big those shots were.
Shot up, knocks it down 3. And Lieutenant Governor Rutherford gives a big fist pump for the 3.
Right.
20.8
seconds to go. Stags up 7. Caden Brooks taking a break from his geometry homework over the weekend to watch the game a little bit.
I thought he said this was extra credit if he listened. He's tuning in for the answers. That's what he's tuning in for. Geometry's the only class math-wise at Dematha that was well over my head.
You would have been in my class then.
No, I was in Miss Harris's class.
Really?
I had Miss Harris for every math class I took at Dematha.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty cool. But the whole writing during math class really kind of threw me off.
Well, the work thing, you're a little bit foreign to the work
Exactly. So the Pep Band gets a nice ovation for their work for every game except the Heights game. So they were at every home game except the Heights this year.
Right.
Of course, we were at every game this year, either in spirit or one of us.
That's right.
Game number 29 in our career together, not that anybody's counting.
How much free time did you have?
9, and then we had 10 one year. It's not that hard, right?
Well, we did. That's what I was trying to figure out. Is this our
third year? Third year.
Well, because I think we did it. I started late. I didn't start right away, but I remember Justin Moore as a freshman because we did the games from here, and we did them 2 years over there, and then we're back here.
Maybe I didn't have Miss Harris for math. Maybe I am wrong.
Maybe you should have had me.
Maybe I should have had you.
Let me ask Caden. Caden, you think Coach O'Connor would have fit well in our class?
No.
Paul Smith, good ball, just didn't go down.
So 15.1, and Paul Smith is agonizing here, the 15 seconds here.
It's one of those games where you're looking, saying, yeah, we're okay. 7 points, 15, but you've seen a lot of games. Strange things happen.
This is the second. Rebound comes out of the line, and we get a foul.
And you have to get a little help.
Oh. Paul Smith gets a foul.
I know right now my son is thinking about a certain Maryland Duke game.
That game never.
With a minute to go.
That game never existed. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So here we go, 13.3, 7-point game.
I like to call that the Best Buy game because there were many televisions that were bought after that game.
But a lot of couches were saved that night.
Yes.
Knocks down the first.
Knocks down. So cuts it to 6. Dematha's got an inbound here. Or secure the rebound, one or the other. Surprised
5-point game, 13.3.
I will say this. I am surprised they used the timeout right there. With the high school rule that says if you make a basket, you don't have to inbound it. That to me seems like an unnecessary timeout.
And, of course, the big thing on that play, not only does Paul Smith miss foul shots, but it's going to take them 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds to come down and score. No, whistle, walk down the other end. Clock not running. We knock down 2.
So it's a 5-point Dematha lead. 15.1 remaining here.
So we need to get the ball in bounds quickly. Obviously, Carroll's going to be looking to foul. So hopefully we can get a good foul shooter. I see Jarrell Roberson on the ball side. And generally the guy at half court, if he comes rushing up, he's really hard to guard because he's hard to guard in space. These guys are going to a little pushing and shoving into Elijah.
That's
turnover.
Not a Wow.
Wow, knocks down the three.
He didn't need to inbound the ball there.
It was close, but that's the inexperience thing. 64-62. Now we got to make some foul shots.
And remember, Justin Moore fouled out on a technical with us up 12.
And that's the thing. I used to get on Coach Wooten a lot. He was always very cautious in situations, but the man coached like 1,400 games. You've seen everything. So hopefully Donovan Miller can make two here. He's got two. First one spins out.
So 4.2 seconds remaining here. Stags were up 12 with 30 seconds left. Two incredible calls. Oh.
Almost botched that because certainly he was hoping Donovan would make the foul shot and then sub Hunter. But of course, if he misses, it's a live ball. Then Hunter's not on the floor.
Is that what he wanted to do? Did he want to wait till the...
Well, I think not knowing if Donovan's going to make or miss, you got to get Hunter in the game. Good ball.
Donovan missed. Ball goes out of bounds, and this will be a jump ball. How do you... Wow.
He gave it the hard look.
He didn't ask for help. That's the crazy part.
Right.
He just called it a jump ball.
So it looks like it's going to be stag ball on the baseline by the reaction. I still have not seen a signal.
It's a jump ball.
Right, but in terms of that it's Dematha.
It's Dematha ball.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Dematha ball.
Charles Wiley tuning in.
What I will tell you is I don't think Coach Jones is going to be sending this into the officials for the last minute. Very interesting. And Stags don't have to shoot. I mean,
right.
Miller missed both free throws.
All right, so what we're talking about is how many timeouts we have left. We're talking about we need receivers coming to the ball. And one thing that sometimes the younger players do is they make one cut and then they stop. You make a cut, it's take away, make the second move. And the other thing is, of course, what Carroll would love to do is slide in front and get the offensive foul. So we want to make sure we don't come close to pushing off.
Well, as we go and as we've complained a little bit here in the last minute, you got to give Coach a lot of credit, Carroll. They've kept playing.
Right.
The fact that they're in this position, we talked about, did you foul there? Did you not? Did you keep playing? They've done their best. They've cut a 12-point lead into two. And with a chance with a good defensive stand here to get the basketball. Hunter will be your inbounder here. Remember, the guy that normally hits these big free throws, Justin Moore, has fouled out of the game. Inbound, hold.
Wow.
Grabbed his jersey.
Now what we missed was Donovan Miller came over, set the screen, right? Donovan went to the basket uncontested. Not that he had to make the layup, but certainly it was an easy inbounds, and we know they called the foul there, but it was also, if there's no foul, and we've seen a couple times the whistle's been swallowed, Carroll's off to the races.
So this is the fifth foul on whoever the Carroll player is, right? Didn't they go to the bench and show 5?
A little bit of confusion out there.
We don't have the scoreboard, so I really can't tell, but
yeah.
I thought that's what the officials... I don't know. Not quite sure. Hawkins goes to the line to shoot. Misses. 3.2. Very interesting.
All right, we start with Paul Smith missing 2, Donovan Miller missing 2. That's 5 straight. See if Elijah can knock one down.
And he doesn't. Rebound comes down to Tigray. This ball is taken away by Kolsnick, and Dematha escapes. 64-62. An escape is what I would call that.
Yes. Maybe a little too close to the vest, certainly playing with a different lineup, but still, they're all varsity basketball players. They're all good players. and certainly a lot to look at in that last minute and a half, starting with the technical, the missed foul shots, 1 or 2 turnovers. But as it is, the good news is they've clinched the number 1 seed for the playoffs, and that will help. We go into O'Connell. Hopefully, I would imagine these guys will be back playing.
So the Stags will, like you said, mention that they will clinch the number 1 seed.
Right.
Their next game's on Tuesday at Bishop O'Connell, I believe.
Right.
That's correct.
An away game.
And
I think Monumental Sports will carry that.
Okay. And then we will start playoffs on Saturday at Gallaudet.
Right. Well, information will be coming out. I'm sure
exactly.
We'll have it on the website.
And then expect being for the tournament, if you're a WCAC, not if you're a Dematha fan, it goes to American, and that's on Sunday and Monday. And
right.
Hopefully our Stags will be playing in both of those, all 3 of those days. So, Coach, 3 brothers player of the game. I think it might be Karsten, maybe?
Well, we could do that, but let's go to the Dematha seniors.
Dematha seniors. Okay.
Rounding out the senior, I know at a nice ceremony before the game, and I believe they're going to have something upstairs in not so much the Kilby Lounge, but that film afterwards, a little celebration of the senior career.
Very cool.
And although maybe not an uplifting victory, a victory nonetheless. So we're happy for that. And
interesting, the injury to the Carroll Lions, the one injury. I do see the young man who I don't have the name is going off the court
being carried out.
Yeah, carried out. So hopefully that'll be okay. Crazy game for the Stags. Again, final score, Coach. 4 years. We determined 4 years is what we're saying. Is that
4
what
years.
We're going with?
Right.
It's been a great 4 years. I think the improvements this year, obviously us going Facebook Live, it's something me and you have been pushing for a while. I think it's awesome to have the interaction. Hopefully people enjoy it. Great interviews as always with the coaches.
I'm having fun with it. It keeps me involved in the game, keeps me around. I get to see everybody. Because a lot of times I would just stay home. But come in the Kilby Lounge, there's always Anna Luigi, Mary Arish usually come here to work with you. I'm just having a blast.
I would, again, if you're listening or the comments or you're in that, please reach out to Mr. Ponton. Tell him you enjoyed the broadcast. Tell him how, talk to Dr. McMahon. Tell him how great our students are doing. Because it is a student-run production. Right. So I think it's awesome to do. They do their best, and obviously I think we give a great product. So, again, you're the best. It's awesome to do it. I enjoy Coach Puffett, who does a fantastic job. Coach Revkin, who's here 1% of the time, but we'll give him
he's very busy.
He's very busy, but we'll give him the shout-out, and obviously all the students that have participated throughout the year. I want to thank again, a great senior campaign for us. Undefeated, right? Yeah. Undefeated for us on the broadcast.
Yes, we are.
That's
the
right. First ever.
2 big games, and the one loss is at Gonzaga.
So I want to say our perfect year, first ever home perfect
So I think
year.
we need to do the playoffs then.
I would believe me, I think Coach Jones would go for that one, no questions asked. So final score here in Hyattsville, the Dematha Stags win 64-62. Thanks for tuning in tonight. And again, player of the game is the senior class of 2019. Congratulations to all the seniors. Coach Jones, and good luck in the playoffs. Good night, everyone.